My favorite color is blue, but a very specific kind of blue. This kind. How am I? I'm doing quite well right now, actually. Thank you for asking. There was a few of you that asked me how I discovered that I wanted to make music. Basically all throughout middle school, I was dead set on becoming a basketball player. But then when you get to high school, making team is very dependent on if you do like the summer camps and all that kind of stuff. And kind of just if you already know the coaches, you play travel ball and that kind of thing. And my family never really had the money for any of that kind of stuff, so I never did it. So I ended up not making team freshman year, but that's when I started really getting into listening to rap music and everything like that. And there were a couple beats that I first heard and I was like, I could probably do this if I learned how. Evidently, I learned how and I just kind of fell in love with it. And that's when I knew I wanted to do something relating to music. What is the first instrument that I played and how long have I been making music? So the first instrument that I really ever played was guitar. I've kind of always been messing around with guitars even since I was a little kid, but I think I started actually practicing and trying to get better at guitar when I was like 14 or 15, and around that time I started also using it in my music as well. And I would say that I've probably been making music for like close to 10-ish years now or something like that, which is really crazy to think about. What has my journey been like as a music maker? It's definitely not been easy, that's for sure. I've had to do a lot of experimenting and just trying out new things and figuring out what I actually wanted to do. For a long time, I really didn't know whether I wanted to be a producer or a YouTuber or both or whatever. And you definitely have to be a little bit crazy to do what I have done. There's obviously been plenty of ups and downs, just like doing pretty much anything. But being able to spend every day chasing my dreams and doing what I love is like probably the best thing in the world. So overall, I would say it's been good. How long does it take until you can actually be good enough to post music? And this is a pretty arbitrary thing. I would say post music as soon as you possibly can because it's a really good way to get feedback, but definitely don't go overboard because when a lot of people first start out, they'll just post like 100 tracks right away and they all just sound horrible. So definitely be aware of what your actual skill level is, but there's no right or wrong time to post music. I have no idea who this question could possibly be from, but the answer is yes, and I love you too, Mom. But my mom's other actual question is, do you miss Chicago? I definitely do miss Chicago. Most of all, I miss my family and my little siblings, but I also do miss the actual city and like everything there as well. But I also do really like it here in Oklahoma as well. For my biggest inspiration, I think I'm definitely going to have to go with Far Caspian on that one. Just everything about the way that his music sounds, the way he does his social media and everything like that is just kind of what I aspire to be. I've also seen him live and I have a picture with him, as you can see right here. He's inspired me on my whole musical journey a lot, so I have him to thank quite a bit. But as far as YouTubers go, I really was inspired a lot by Casey Neistat when I first started out, as I think probably anybody who's interested in YouTube would be. And I would also say that Kenny Beats is a pretty big inspiration for me. Musically for sure, but more so like artistically in the way that he does all of his different projects and everything. He's just super talented and a super creative person in general, so it's kind of what I aspire to be as well. What are my big plans for the future, you ask? Honestly, I would say later on down the road, I really want to own some sort of like multimedia company type thing. Kind of like a Lyrical Lemonade type deal where they have like merch, but they also do music videos and they have artists that are on board and they release music and all that kind of stuff. I want to have some sort of company that just does everything relating to music. Maybe have a record label and sign artists and that kind of thing. I also really want to release more music just in general overall, whether it's with Coleman or whether it's by myself or whatever. I definitely just want to share more music and put out more music overall. Filming outside is genuinely like one of the worst things ever. I also definitely want to be known more as an artist. I think the way that a lot of people see me is as like a YouTube guy, which is part of the reason why I want to release more music, because I want to let that artistry side of myself be known more. And this kind of goes along with the next question. Future tour? I would definitely love to go to Louisiana, and I would love to do some tours in the future. Me and Coleman both just have so many life things and projects and whatever that we're working on at any given time, so we haven't really focused much on the live performance side of things like we wanted to. But definitely in the future, the goal is to do more live shows and eventually start doing tours and stuff like that, and basically just become real true rock stars. I'm just not even gonna answer this one. What was the question? Going from LMMS hobbyist to production professional. I would definitely not call myself a professional by any means. I guess technically I do this for a living, so it would be considered a professional by some degree, but I'm kind of just a guy who likes making music, and I just like to make the music that I enjoy and just work on the projects that I enjoy. So really, in a sense, nothing has changed in that regard from when I was an LMMS hobbyist. For those of you who don't know, LMMS is the first program that I started out making beats on. It's a free program that basically anybody can use. It's very limited. It's not the greatest program out there, but it got the job done for probably like 6 months when I first started making beats. Pretty good follow-up question is from Johan Zachariah. He says, is being a song producer or an artist good enough? No offense. Or do you guys have any other job? You guys, I'm pretty sure he's referring to me and Coleman. Good enough is definitely a kind of a subjective thing. I'm not living lavish by any means over here, but I can pay rent and I can eat food and I can do all the things you need to do in life just for making music and videos and doing what I do. So in that sense, I would say it's good enough. But if I actually wanted to be able to like save more money and, you know, prepare for the future and all those things that, you know, financially literate people do, getting a second job or just like amping up the amount of money that I make would probably be a wise thing to do. But I just love doing what I do and I couldn't really see myself doing anything else, so this is what it is for now. So actually a surprising amount of you asked me if I'm going to do more vocal stuff in the future, like if I'm going to drop a full album with my vocals on it. And I want to say thank you guys so much for all the support and everything you showed on that video of me singing for the first time, which is right here if you want to watch it. I didn't think that anybody was going to take so well to my voice, but a lot of people say I have like a very soothing voice and things like that. And so that was very encouraging for me, hearing that you guys actually liked the song that I made, because I would say that I'm not very confident in my singing voice in general. Like I don't think I have a great singing voice, but I'm glad you guys like it, and I definitely do in the future want to do more singing stuff. I definitely just want to practice more in general with songwriting and with recording vocals, because I feel like those are two things that I'm just not very great at. Is there anything that I regret via music production? I don't have a whole lot of regrets just in life in general. That's so bright. But I would probably say that I regret not trying to play and record and practice live instruments in my music earlier. Guitar I started pretty early, but all the other instruments I kind of got a late start to. But now for me, one of my favorite things is practicing and trying to get better at different instruments in general. Hello. Hello! Would you like to be in my video? Is there anything that I regret relating to music production? I said that I regret not playing live instruments earlier.
I probably agree.
And even if you're not good at it, because that's the thing, like I wasn't very good at drums right away, but right when I started playing drums, I tried to record them, and that like helped me so much because I was able to advance my recording skills along with my playing skills so much faster.
Yeah.
It really helps you to discern this is made with samples versus this is made live recording.
If you're not happy, then just keep doing what you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
As long as you're not...
Yeah. If you're unhappy, that's what we're saying.
You just cut that whole conversation and just do that.
What is my routine when practicing and producing? To be perfectly honest with you, I will go long stretches of time where I won't make any beats at all. And that's been more of a thing recently. Like when I was younger and doing more like trap beat stuff, I would make like 50 beats a month, which is not even that crazy. But I would make a substantial amount of beats per month. But now I would say maybe I make like 4 or 5 beats in a month, if it's like a good month. But I make an active effort to practice drums every day, just because I love playing drums and getting better at drums. I also try to pick up the guitar whenever I possibly can. I've also been producing a lot more recently because I've been working on a little instrumental EP album thing. I'm really excited about that. That should be dropping within the next like month or so, maybe. If you guys enjoyed this video or song, you're definitely gonna like this new instrumental album because it's a lot of similar vibes on there. So yeah, I've just been a lot more inspired recently working on that. So for that reason, I have been working on music a lot more frequently. But yeah, I wouldn't really say that I have like a strict absolute routine or anything. It's kind of just I try to practice and play as much as I can. This is a really good question from Gavin. He says, when is my latest near-death experience? I gotta give a shout out to you, Gavin, because all of your questions were really good. I just decided to pick this one. But my latest near-death experience was unfortunately 2 Halloweens ago. So it was Halloween of 2023. I was driving down the highway. It was the first snow of the season as well on Halloween, which was not very good. But I'm driving down the highway at like 80 miles an hour, and all of a sudden, my hood on my car flings up, smacks into the windshield, and I'm completely blinded, flying down the highway. Thankfully, I was in the left lane, so I was able to pull off onto the shoulder, and also very thankfully there was not a whole lot of cars around, but we made it out okay, and now my car has a black hood instead of a tan colored one. I was just so fortunate that I came away from that in one piece, and also that my windshield didn't shatter. That was very nice as well. Well, this is a pretty fitting location for this question. You ask, what is my favorite workout? So my training style is kind of like a push-pull legs type of vibe. I have 2 days a week where I do push, 2 days where I do pull, and then I'll probably do 1 day of legs, and then I'll do 1 calisthenics day. And then lately I've been trying to squeeze in some abs here and there as well, and then I'll also have a rest day. Overall, as far as like a total workout goes, I enjoy doing back, just because I think your back muscles are some of the most aesthetically pleasing muscles on your body. But if I had to pick a specific exercise, I think it would be pull-ups. Something about doing a pull-up for me is just very, very satisfying, partially because I've never really been able to do them well. Only just recently I started being able to actually do pull-ups. It's also just an amazing exercise for you, and I think everybody should practice doing pull-ups. Whoa. Okay, we had to break out the light for this last question because it gets dark at 5 p.m. now, which is the worst thing ever. But the final question is, what is something interesting you wanted to talk about but couldn't fit into conversations? Honestly, I could probably answer a great many things for this. There are quite a few things that I know a great deal about but would just literally never come up in normal conversation. Pretty much everything I know about music or fitness and health or any of my other various hobbies and interests. But that makes it all the more rewarding once you find somebody who actually shares that common interest. So you can just kind of nerd out about music gear or music or whatever your interest might be. But yeah, so honestly, that is pretty much going to do it for me in this video here today. This might be a very short video. I don't really know because I filmed it a lot differently than I usually film my videos, but I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. I hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about me, and let me know anything you want me to know about you down in the comments below. And yeah, as always, I just thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sticking with me and supporting me and asking all your beautiful questions that you asked. Hopefully I was able to answer a good majority of them. But I love you guys. Stay safe out there, and I will see you all next time.